Shimmer DK, wide receiver from Florida, Home Squad Sports.
This is Jacob Harris, and shout out to Home Squad Sports.
Hey, it's Jake Brenningstool with Home Squad Sports.
This is Seth Hennigan here with Home Squad Sports.
Hello. We are here. The season is here. We got you covered. Everything here from SEC top to bottom. Hope everyone's having a great week. I know it's been a long one, but it's been a grind. But we're excited because football's here. And first off, before we get in here, now Dalton's excited. We're getting over his Gators here. I mean, top to bottom here, we're going to get full expectation. For the record, we did not let Dalton do the record for the Gators. So, whatever your thoughts are there, I think that was only fair.
It's true.
Yeah, I think that was only fair on making sure we have, I think, an even look at it there on non-biased. But I think some people will be surprised. But first off, before we get into your conference and the powers that be here, Dalton, what do you think about the SEC overall this year? Obviously, it's been the top for so long. And how you doing, man?
Can't complain for one, but getting to SEC, man, a lot of new quarterbacks here, right?
A lot.
For the big teams, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, teams that were really good last year. So, interesting to see, man. I'm excited to watch it play out.
Yep.
A lot of good returners, too, though. Nussmeier, Lagway, Arch expecting big things. So, man, I think it's wide open.
I know. You just get a different energy jolt when you talk about the SEC and when you talk about football, man. It's just a different, it's different down in the South. We're in we're in Kentucky. It's not totally, I'd say, the South, but even here, we notice down further you go down, it's football's just a little different, even though there's so much talent out west and everywhere else. But let's go ahead and get into it. I mean, we got you covered top to bottom like we usually do. We are covering every single conference throughout the whole nation here. And we are very happy to do so. Let's get into the standings. These are projected standings for the year here. We have Texas winning the SEC this year. They are due for a big year. Sark's, I mean, some people say, man, this is do or die for Sark. I think, maybe not do or die for his job, but just you have to get there. You got so much talent. Arch Manning's debut is a full-time starter. And then as you see here, as the rest fills out, we have LSU. Give me your thoughts, Dalton, on the SEC, man. Let you have the floor here.
Man, Texas defense is loaded. Not even worried about their offense. That's actually not the unit that's going to probably lead the team. It's probably their defense, man.
Yeah.
So many returners on that side of the ball. Secondary, up front, linebackers, all three levels, really good. LSU, the other opposite. Built on offense. A lot of transfer receivers coming in, good ones. Nussmeier might win the Heisman though, right? A lot of people with minds.
Stay healthy.
Might go for 4,000 yards, 35 touchdowns.
Oh yeah.
Might be the next LSU quarterback, the third one in the past, 5 or 6 years or something.
They've been churning them out, man. Obviously those last couple of years with Les Miles weren't as favorable as, we're used to seeing the LSU Tigers. But yeah, like you said, man, they're just churning out quarterbacks at this point. Nussmeier has to stay upright. He has to stay healthy. He's been having tendonitis issues, but I learned over this offseason his dad works for the Saints. So that's pretty cool.
He used to be a head coach a couple places.
Really?
I can't really remember where.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. But let's get into each team here as we got your Florida Gators finishing fourth in the SEC.
Yeah, you like them this year, so
I like them.
You did the records.
What I think is going to happen. I think Florida's going to catch a lot of teams sleeping. They're going to be coming off either little games or they're going to be, coming off a bye week. So I think that's where Florida's going to have the advantage. Obviously, they have to show up and show out and stay healthy. Everybody's got to stay on the field here. That's are given, even though this time of the year, you hate to open up your phone with social media, see so many guys hurt and whatsoever. So it's crazy. But, yeah, we got South Carolina. They're Lenore Sellers. Everyone's calling him Cam Newton Jr., and all that good stuff. I mean, they're thinking he's a Heisman candidate. I'm not sure about that. I'm not saying that with a talent standpoint, just the kind of help around him. I think it's going to be he's going to unfortunately get sacked a lot, I think. Give me your thoughts here on the back half. We got Alabama here at 6. Now they're going to have a new quarterback as well. Give me your thoughts on the rest of the conference as we move down from 6 to 16. Anything that stands out?
Missouri has a crazy easy schedule for the SEC.
Yeah.
They had the best one, best draw. That's why they're up here. Really, they're not better than a lot of teams behind them.
Yeah,
Oklahoma A&M for sure. I'd take them in a heartbeat. They just have a tougher slate, man. The bottom Tennessee at 11, their defense is going to be great still.
It's just going to be a rough year to put points up.
Aguilar, nobody believes in Aguilar. I don't either, but we'll see.
I'm glad you brought them up. Obviously, they're losing Nico. They made the playoff appearance last year, and it just was announced today that Nico is not going to be starting. He is QB2 at UCLA. That is, you didn't know that? Yeah, breaking news here.
Who's our starter?
I'm not sure who the star. I'm not sure of his total name, but yeah, it just was named today that Nico, who left Tennessee, obviously got a big payday, got closer back to home. He's a Cali kid, and he just got named that he was actually didn't win the job at UCLA. So, yeah, bro, it's pretty crazy. I think the grass isn't always greener, and maybe he should have stayed in Knoxville. I think that's really what should have happened, but I think we're going to see their offense struggle, and then putting up points is going to be hard. Let's go ahead and go see at Auburn. I'm very skeptical on Auburn. I just seen now. I'm glad we waited. Obviously, we waited SEC doing SEC last, but I'm glad we're talking about Arnold. Arnold and Auburn, because they came out today saying they might go a 3 quarterback system. What do you think about that, Dalton? Is Auburn just doing Auburn things at this point, or do you think he's just maybe just trying to light a fire under Arnold just to kind of get him to play better? What do you think?
I guess he ain't practicing well. I mean, that's
No,
what
it's
it tells me, really. That's all. I like the receivers a lot too, man. One of the best receiving cores in the nation, probably. But I don't like Arnold that much. As last year, he struggled so bad, man. Oklahoma's offense was one of the worst in the nation.
It was bad, man. Venables has got a thin ice, I think, in my opinion. And we have Mateer with all the latest allegations and all that news. I mean, is that really going to get in between the ears? Is that going to affect him? I think it is, honestly. I think Venables just not their guy. But we'll see, man. UK, we have them having a hard year with Kentucky. And they're still in the battle with Calzada and Cutter Bowley at quarterback. So.
Yeah, I know. I figured that.
Yeah. Then we got Petrino at Arkansas here.
Taylor Green, man.
Give me your thoughts on him.
A great quarterback. That's about it.
We seen he was just added on the list for the Senior Bowl 300 watch list. A bunch of these guys are obviously coming from the SEC, but
Diego.
Yep. Yeah, and then I don't know, man.
I know you see Vandy taking a step back.
Yes.
I think they beat Kentucky, man. But you had beating them, so that's fair. But
yeah.
I just think
they have to get a good win. They have to get one good win.
One SEC win.
Yeah, they have to get a good one. And then same thing with Mississippi State, because we're kind of thinking Mississippi State, obviously they're going to have a long year, and we'll see that with the records. But let's get into the records here, Dalton. Let's get into team-to-team preview, and we'll take a spin back here on these standings and talk some more as we take a deeper dive. So start with the champions here. We got the Texas Longhorns. We got Arch Manning here getting it done. We got them going 10-2. Now at 10-2, we got them losing to. Let's see here. We got them losing to Florida, and I think who is the other loss we had them losing to? Georgia. Yeah. So Georgia and Florida, we have them losing to, and then obviously they return Arch Manning, DeAndre Moore, Ryan Wingo, Travion Wisner, C.J. Baxter. They're running back tandem. Any of these other guys that stand out here, Dalton?
Man, yeah, the defense is Anthony Hill, best linebacker in the country.
Okay.
Projected top 10 pick early in the drafts right now.
Better than Jahad Campbell off the rip?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude. This guy has he's like Campbell, but way more. He has 8 sacks last year.
Okay.
He's a linebacker, a true middle linebacker. So his pass rushing ability. And then Colin Simmons, man, been great since day one there. Malik Muhammad. Michael Taft, one of my favorite safeties. Hard hitter. Going to be leading that secondary back there. I like their defense a lot, like I said.
Yeah.
But Arch, how good is he going to be?
I don't know, man. I think that Sarkisian really should have put Arch in when Quinn Ewers was hurt last year. I think that's what cost him last year. But they're coming off, obviously, that 13-3 record. I don't know, man. It's do or die. I think everyone's just assuming they're going to be good just because Arch is pretty solid. What we've seen from him has been, pretty solid. The sample size that we've gotten, even though it's really small, has been pretty solid. But Sarkisian, I just think when it comes to the really, really big games, he's, usually going to fold. And it's usually a coaching maneuver that kind of gets him in that situation. So it kind of makes me feel bad for the players, but it's the business that they're in. So I don't know. Obviously, I see Arch Manning doing better than Quinn Ewers, just as good as they're better than Quinn Ewers, right?
Yeah, same.
I think everyone thinks that's just de facto, just from what we can see, our eyes work.
Well, if he's not, he's a disappointment, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, bro. He's got a lot of pressure on him. He does got a lot of pressure on him.
First game, man, against Ohio State, it's gonna set the tone.
Yeah.
For the season for both teams. So.
I know.
I think Texas. We think Texas gets it done though.
I think so.
Think so. Yeah.
I think so. Just because I saw the stat the other day, it says when the first. You see that first game as a starting quarterback.
0-18.
They're 0-18 against the number 1 team. So I just think they're going to come along through the season. I think a few teams are going to be like that. I mean, with this late transfer portal, and you're getting guys so late and guys who really haven't been on the field yet. It's just going to take a couple weeks to ramp up, and we'll see what happens. But let's get into some new faces here, Dalton, of the Longhorns. Who's your popping off here off the piece of paper, off the flyer of these guys?
Couple good guys here, man. Jack injuries. Expect them to have a huge
Dog.
impact. Yeah.
Dog.
I liked him since last year.
Yeah.
Best receiver, best pass catcher at Cal last year. Gunnar Helm leaving. He's gonna be tight end one for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Expect him to be a big target. Cole Brevard, man, another Purdue guy, of course, right? But he's good. He's another good one. He's starting to D tackle coming in. They've been charting through D tackle, first round D tackles the past few years. So
yeah, they have
got a big plate to fill, but I think he can do it. Emmett Mosley, I heard a lot about him. Somebody mentioned him the other night on our top 5 SEC wide receiver.
Yeah.
They expect big things from him since he's coming from Stanford. It was struggling so bad the past few years. You can't tell whose fault it is. So I think this guy's going to be good too. And then Hero Kano, man, another guy, D tackle that they're expecting big things from. A lot of big schools recruiting him. Won the battle over Florida and a couple other schools. So it's a good transfer class, small but impact players.
Yeah, it's dense, and they already had, like you said, had some solid guys coming back, so it's kind of the perfect mix there. Went ahead and got a backup quarterback, Matthew Caldwell from Troy. They got Hero Kanu from Ohio State there, D-line as well. Emmett Mosley from Stanford, and we'll see what happens, man. I'm really excited to see what happens for Longhorns. I don't know about national championship playoffs. Yeah, they pretty much have to get there, but it's really hard to make the national championship call. If you're going to tune in here later tonight, a couple hours, we're going to have our Week 0 preview where we give our national championship picks and all that, and you're a few far between. I mean, what's the odds that it's going to be an SEC team? I mean, it's pretty high. We see SEC team at least play for the national championship. Yeah. So let's see here. We got LSU going second here. Tigers, we got him going 10-2, coming off that 9-4 record last year. Garrett Nussmeier is a guy that has kind of grown on me because I didn't like him last year. His film's kind of grown, but now he's battling injuries. So I'm like, all right, we just kind of have to wait and see now. We're having a trend where I think a lot of people are kind of down on Aller, up on Nussmeier. I think rightfully so. But fill the people in on some other key players for the Tigers that are coming back here.
Man, yeah, they got a lot of good offensive players coming back, right? As
yeah.
well as Aaron Anderson, big year last year. Undersized guy, really fast, though. Explosive. Chris Hilton, averaged like 20 yards a catch last year. Caden Durham, freshman back last year. True freshman starter coming back. Expect him to improve a lot. And then their defense, man. Harold Perkins, best freshman year ever, 2022. Solid 2023. Hurt last year. They're moving to a little bit of a hybrid kind of role this year.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to be able to rush the quarterback more. Expected him to play more like his freshman season. And then Whit Weeks, man, one of the best linebackers in the conference. Battling injury right now, too. Hopefully they get him back on the field. But, man, yeah, they got a good team, man. They always do, though, right? They've always got good talent. Always
good, man. It's just all comes down to usually a big quarter. Usually comes down to a quarter of football in January for a lot of these teams, man. It comes down or half of football in the conference championship or the last game of the season, since these conference championships are kind of starting to mean less as the playoff field widens and gets bigger. Yeah, I mean, some of these teams, man, it sucks to say because we like to see any and all football. We're excited for Week 0. We're excited for any games. I mean, we're going to be watching some FCS games just for the fun of it this year. So it's hard to say that the rest of the season doesn't matter leading up to that point until you get into the nitty-gritty. Some people will say that, I beg to differ, but I mean, you really expect the LSU to come out of the games they're favored in and coming into the January with, a shot at the title every single year because of their resources, because of their money, and just the history. So, what are your thoughts on LSU? We're going to get into the transfers. We have a lot of guys here that are going to be helping them out here.
Well, we're going to figure out a lot about them early in the year, right? Clemson week 1.
Clemson week 1.
Week 3.
Yeah, but it's these big old marquee matchups. We love them, and they're moneymakers, man. And I'm glad they're pulling out all the stops for week 1, but they don't mean as much as they did back then. Both of these teams could lose this game and still be in the playoff. It was not
for sure.
It was not like that, obviously back then. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, but it's not a must win. When it's a must win for both teams, that's as good as it gets, right? But it's week 1. I mean, this is the best as it gets for about week 1. There hasn't been any football played yet. So, it's going to be a tough game for them, man. I think it's all going to come down to playmakers and a mix of coaching, just play calling, and clock management. I mean, it's real simple. And even then, we might see a couple of these games come down to a kick. But like you said, a lot of these guys we're going to find out real quick because they have some big games. Fill the people in on some of the guys they got coming in, like Barryon Brown from Kentucky, wide receiver, absolute dog. You talked about him on the podcast as well at Draft Professor with the top 5 wide receivers. But fill some people in on some other guys.
Patrick Payton from Florida State kind of was the best player last year, probably at Florida State on a bad team. Really good there. He's going to start at the end for sure. And then the other receiver I mentioned too, Nick Anderson, 6'4".
Yeah, he's a dog.
6'4", 290.
He's an NFL guy, man.
10 touchdowns as a freshman, hurt last year. Expect him to have a huge year. Jack Padburn from Florida. Only had 1 sack last year. Had a great offseason last year. We were expecting him to really ball out.
So
kind of underproduced. So
you all now for Florida, you all did lose a good amount of guys, but not a lot with production. Was he among the top handful of guys that you lost with at least a little bit, some snaps?
I mean, yeah,
snaps experience at
for
least.
Sure. He was a solid player, but he was nothing. We're gonna start this year for sure.
Right.
Monsieur Delane though, he's gonna start for this team. Good DB. He'll get his name called in the draft. Van Buren, I like him as a developmental quarterback. He played good last year as a freshman at Mississippi State, actually. After the Shapen injury, I think he'll probably start next year for them. I think they got their guy. And then Bauer Sharp would be a good compliment to Trey Green, 2 good tight ends. They need that to replace Mason Taylor.
Yes.
So I think they good portal class, man.
It is a class. It's deep, like you said here, and didn't even fit everyone here. Usually we're doing about top 14, 15 if they have that many for these guys. So yeah, like you said, they have some big holes to fill, but they already have some guys that are coming back where they have can get some good sleep at night. Offensive line, obviously they're missing guys. Emory Jones, we got to interview him. They're down at the Senior Bowl. Yep, Will Campbell, who's now in the league, who's been playing good, man. We'll give him his credit. I was very skeptical on him and Mason Graham coming out. So still skeptical, but they have been looking good and got to give them their credit there. And we'll see a few of these guys in the league next year. And then, as we always do with these SEC guys, that's why it's so fun to talk about because we're talking about so many future NFL guys. Let's get into the next team who's had some controversy here just off the field, obviously. I mean, need for speed here. We got the Georgia Bulldogs. We got them coming off that 11-3 season, got it going 10-2. Gunnar Stockton at the helm, who me and Dalton are not that high on. We think Kirby's going to do what he's always done, coach his way into some wins. What do you think about the Bulldogs here? Obviously, just about as much as there is about these teams, because with your team being Florida, you got to know your opponent just about as good as you know yourself. But what do you think about Georgia?
Oh, yeah. Huge rival here, too. So I follow him quite well. But, Nate Frazier, I tend to have a huge year this year. He started as a freshman last year on a great team. So Dylan Bell, really physical receiver. Ernest Green, a lot of people like him, He was mentioned on our Monday pod.
Yep.
Ernest Green's a big prospect at the line. Oscar Delp was expected to be better last year.
Yes. Yep. So I agree.
It's a big prove-it year for him. They need him to play better. To replace what Brock Bowers. They didn't replace it last year really ever. That was their problem.
Yeah.
Beck had to get a lot of yards last year, but none of the receivers had like close to 1,000. He just spreading the ball around. He didn't have no true weapons. Oscar Delp's got to step up. C.J. Allen, a good linebacker, man. He wasted his time, behind all the NFL guys, and this is his time now. I think he's going to – sky's the limit for that guy. K.J. Bolden, freshman in last year, freshman starter on Georgia, another one. He's going to have a good year. And then Dalen Everett, top 5 corner in the nation probably. Good team, like always, man. Good roster. But it's up to Stockton. I don't know about him.
I don't know about him either, man. He's kind of old school guy, just straight pocket guy. I just don't know if you can really win it with that in today's game, especially given all the speed around. And just even if you are going to be a pocket guy, you better have a crazy arm we've never seen. And I don't know if he has that either. So, yeah, I'm skeptical on him, but I don't know. They're always going to be good. You can't really doubt Kirby too much. They're always going to, bring it there when it comes to Saturday. And because they know if you ball out, you get to the league and so on and so forth. That's what they're all trying to do. They're not, less and less we're seeing with these recruits go there for the program tradition, to go there to play the rivalry. They just want to go and somewhere they can get to the league, man. And I don't blame him. And Kirby's going to get him there. So some guys that transferred to Georgia who's trying to do the same thing here, trying to get to the league, and they think Georgia's going to be at a better spot to do it. Like you said, Zachariah Branch from USC. A lot of guys are hyping him up. I think he's going to be pretty solid. We got Noah Thomas from Texas A&M. We got Elo Muzi, another all-name here team here from Army. Josh McCray, running back from Illinois. He's a dog. I drafted him on my Madden last night or a couple nights ago. Yeah, defensive line here, Josh Horton from Miami. Then Adrian Maddox from UAB there at safety. And Zion Branch from USC. Are they brothers, I assume?
Yeah, he's a safety actually, but
Okay.
I can see the confusion.
Yeah.
You wanted to give, but they're both pretty good, man. Zachariah, I expect big. He was a number one receiver coming out.
Yeah.
Great punt returner, great kick returner. He's gonna have to produce though. He's gonna have to be their go-to guy. Him and Noah Thomas out there. Noah Thomas, 6'6" guy, real tall.
Mm-hmm.
Not much weight on him though. He needs to put on some more weight, but he's a great jump ball guy.
Yeah, I agree. They a lot of guys coming in trying to prove their point and trying to get the ring, man. It's really that simple. So I got Jaden Harris from Miami at safety and Micah Bell from Vandy. So be sure. I don't know, man. I think they are a team that could lose, drop a couple more, just maybe one more, just because of their quarterback play. So I'm very excited to see how that plays out. The next team we have is the Florida Gators. Your Florida Gators, Dalton. I did this projection here. Got you all going 10-2. I think it's going to be a great year.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be a great year.
Right.
I think it is, man. I think you all are due for a good year. I think you all are going to catch a lot of teams there sleeping. And we got you all losing to LSU and Georgia just for those 2 wins. And 2 losses. And we'll see what happens. But you got some guys coming back that I'm very excited about, like DJ Lagway. We got to keep him healthy. We got Jaden Ball, Austin Barber, offensive lineman. He's atop a lot of people's lists, along with Jake Slaughter there on the inside at center. These guys are going to be fighting for some postseason accolades, some offensive line awards. So watch out for them. We got Eugene Wilson at wide receiver. We got Aiden Mizell, right? Meisel, okay. And then we got Tyreek Sapp at defensive end, Sharif Denson at DB. And then we got Caleb Banks at the line, Miles Graham at linebacker, Devin Moore at corner, and Jordan Castell at safety. Give me your overall thoughts. I'll let you just have the floor and talk about your squad and the year you expect for them, and just let the people know why the 10-2 is pretty realistic for this team this year.
The starts up front, right?
Always.
Good teams. And we got a top 10 O-line and D-line probably in the country, both. So that's a great start, man.
Yeah.
And then you got a great quarterback, sophomore running back who led the team last year over a guy that got drafted. Great receiver. Eugene Wilson back healthy. Sturdivant coming in. Tyreek Sapp. We're going to be good, and I like the 10-2 record prediction. DJ Lagway, 6-0 as a starter last year in games he finished, right? It's a great stat. Does it mean anything? It's just a cool stat. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe you can't lose. I don't know. That'd be awesome.
I like Lagway, bro. It's really much everything around him, staying healthy, and the scheme you put around him. Are you setting your players up for success? I think everyone's gave Napier some good amount of time. I think his job was on the line. He got some big wins. Looking back at it, maybe his job shouldn't have been that on the line at that point. Should have let it play out more. But boy, did it play out, because you all finished the season strong and going in with some momentum for the first time.
Ole Miss at the end of the year. They might get 3 first-rounders on this list right here, though.
Okay.
Austin Barber, Caleb Banks for sure. They were projected 12-13 in ESPN mock draft I've seen today.
Yep, just came out.
That's good. And Tyreek Sapp might find his way in too. 8 sacks last year. He might be able to up that. And he gets to double digits. Tough to keep him out of the first round, man. He's a beast.
I agree. We see guys like Shamar Stewart, who only got, like what you said, 4 sacks in his whole career.
Yeah.
So if we get a guy here that can get about 18 sacks, in 2 years or something like that, 16, 18 sacks in 2 years. I mean, you draft that all day, especially if it's going to be some guy you throw at the interior line, because it's hard to get to the quarterback as an interior lineman, these days. Especially we got these guards that are 6'6" now, and centers playing 6'5", and it's crazy out here.
There's Cormani McLean I want to mention too. He had on their key returners.
Okay.
Didn't start last year, but
shout out.
They talking about his offseason. I heard about. He put on 20 pounds.
I seen a picture. He's beef.
He put on 20 pounds and got faster still.
He's
he
a
ran
beast.
23 miles an hour this offseason.
God.
And he put on 25 pounds. So he's trying to get that job.
I agree, man. I think he is due with DBs, man. You really can't get too worried if you're not on the too deep the first week. So much stuff happen with situational football. You just like to switch getting guys out. I mean, I feel like you see so many DBs. How many total DBs you think
That's how it should be. Yeah.
total play for a team, significant snaps.
I mean, most teams
4,
at least 6.
6.
Probably 6 at least, because I mean,
If you count safeties, I was just doing corners. So if you count
yeah,
safeties,
yeah.
about 8, right? I mean,
yeah,
7.
yeah. 7, maybe 7. Depends on your depth, really. But,
yeah.
And what packages you run, what team you're playing. A lot of that depends.
Nickel, if you're going to throw some guys at nickel.
Yeah, but if you're playing Army, you're going to have 4 DBs out there every play. You ain't going to have more.
Yeah, I'm just saying on average, like you're going to see a lot of DBs come in and out because, I mean, especially these days, you have so much talent and you want to use it. You want to stay fresh. And these days, like you got contracts, man. You got guys on payroll. Let's go ahead and get some return on my investment. That's just what they're going to be. Their mindset's going to be. Let's go ahead and get into your transfer. Not a lot of guys. You're probably one of the least transferred. I think you are the least amount of transfers with only 8, I think. So J. Michael Sturdivant from UCLA, wide receiver. A lot of guys are high on him, like myself. I think he's pretty solid. So many wide receivers and so many DBs in this class coming out for the draft, which is going to be awesome to see. Michael Caraway, Southern Mississippi there. He's going to be playing safety. We got Brendan Bett from Baylor, defensive line. Kosi Asari from UMass. I was very questionable about the Harrison Bailey pickup, quarterback from Louisville. I am not going to lie. A lot of good quarterbacks in the market, but we'll see. Hopefully he doesn't have to fill in because Lagway is going to stay healthy all year, and he's going to stay upright.
That's the plan, but
I like Tramel Jones better
Harrison
than him
Bailey,
as well.
They said had a great camp.
I know, that's great.
But I'm just saying, Tramel has 2, though, they said.
Yeah,
I like Tramel's looking real good. He's the future, but
yeah.
Hopefully we don't have to find out this year about the future, man. We don't need that.
I agree.
2 years from now.
I agree. I think we're going to see a lot of these guys show out, on the first 2 lists with the key returners and, fill in some gaps here with some of these transfers. Out of all these transfers, who's going to get the most reps? Are you going to think, Sturdivant?
Yeah, he's the only surefire starter in the
group.
Right. Caraway's probably going to get some time. He's pretty good.
Okay.
Asari had, he had some production last year at UMass, but he's going to see me back up for sure. But Sturdivant's probably going to start, he's got to play Elijah Badger, who had a big year last year for us.
Yes, he did.
By the Chiefs. That's going to be his role, deep threat. But, man, he's never played with a good quarterback at UCLA. They were not good there at that position at all.
They're sick right now.
So the people that watch this film, he don't get the ball, man. He gets open a lot. You don't get the ball, so he'll get the ball now. It's going to be fun to see. It's going to be fun to see Sturdivant, man. He's like one of those 6'3", 215 guys too. He's a beast.
Mm-hmm.
I like this team. He's gonna have to produce the receivers. The rest, it's a young room behind him. We got some good freshmen, really good freshmen. Dallas Wilson, specifically, he's probably gonna make an impact. But
yeah, you're gonna have to lean on your quarterback to throw open some guys and make some guys better around him. Which if you have a true elite guy, he'll be able to do that. So I'm really curious to see what happens for you all, man.
We can rely on the run game too. Really, I think if we need to, man.
You got
Lagway, Ball, and Jacoby Jackson. Jacoby Jackson's one of the best backups in the country.
Yeah, and you got so many guys up front. It's like if you have to lean on the run, that should definitely be something that you should be able to switch to. If need be.
We should be very balanced, really. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, man. I think it could be like you said, could be a good year. You have to get some production out of your guys that are coming in and stay healthy. That's really just all it is.
Yeah, man. That's what it's about. We've had that problem recently.
Yeah,
especially at the quarterback position.
Yeah, it happens, and it's just football. Like if you're going to play football, you're going to get hurt. And I was telling my nephew that not too long ago. It's like he's like, "Well, I haven't got hurt yet." It's like you're on to. You haven't played long enough. You're going to get hurt. Just hopefully it's not too bad, and you just bounce back. And you just know it's going to come with it. And you gotta still go balls to the wall no matter what.
Yeah. And
we'll see. But let's go ahead and get into
dog. He got hurt. He just started.
Huh? No, he had just started. Yeah, I know.
It's funny.
I know. Yeah, my nephew's second year.
I got hurt. He just started.
Second year playing. He's like, I haven't got hurt yet. He's like, my teammate got hurt. I said, well, you will, trust me. Like, if
2 years, both.
He's scared to go against some of these big guys next year in high school. So
yeah, exactly.
He's got to hit that. You get hit such a gap from 8th grade to freshman. So a lot of people do. So a lot of these guys here have hit some big gaps too. And then I'm really curious about our next team is South Carolina Dalton. We have them going 9-3 with Norris Sellers at the helm. I love their team. I love Dylan Stewart. I mean, absolute dog. I feel like people aren't talking about him enough. I really don't. Like, I don't know why he's. I don't really get it. I don't. I was going to say I get it, but I don't. Because if you got a good defensive guy, if you got a good offensive guy, they're on different sides of the ball. They should be getting pretty close to equal love. So I like Dylan Stewart and Jalen Kilgore a lot. Nick Harbor, freak of nature.
Yeah.
The draft guys are just going to absolute love when he goes to the combine. If he does, I assume he will because he's going to tear it up.
If you don't.
Yeah, it's going to be like field day to him, dude. He's going to love that.
Might break the 40 record. They're
Really?
saying.
Ooh,
The fastest one I think so far is like 4.24.
really?
Yeah,
Okay,
235. Yeah.
I love that. I love that.
6'4", 235, Olympic level speed. You just got to get back the nuances of the game.
Yeah, just
Route
get
running and hands.
muscle memory stuff, man. Stuff that you just got to do a couple thousand reps of just to get used to playing ball. I mean, a lot of these guys are raw talents. Didn't have a lot of good coaching in high school, probably. And we've seen those guys. But I think he's going to have a big year, man. I think Lenore Sellers is going to be looking to him a lot, and his offensive line is going to be there to keep him upright. What are your thoughts overall in South Carolina? And let's get into their schedule. But
Sellers is electric, right? I mean, he is.
they're calling him Cam Newton Jr., which I think that's a little bit of a reach. What do you think? Cam Newton's a dog, bro.
Yeah, Cam Newton.
I just
that team to shit.
I just
I
saw
mean, if Sellers does that this year, yeah,
he could.
then we're talking about it. If
there's
South
a-
Carolina wins
and-
it all.
And but this team, would you say? I'm not trying to be devil's advocate and discredit if he does go out there and do it. I'm really not. But this team's probably a little bit better than the team that he had at Auburn. Cam Newton did, because I just saw a stat today.
Not a good team, really.
All of his starters on both sides, all the rest of them, they only had one combined NFL start. So I mean, bro, he played with some college players. Like, he wasn't playing with pros. So I think, Dylan Stewart's a pro, Jalen Kilgore's a pro, Nick Harbor's a pro, and then some of these guys that got transferred in are probably going to be in the pros.
Sellers.
But I'm not trying to discredit that, because I just think the biggest question is the offensive line. Can he go out there and do it? He can. I love the film. The film is great. He's real raw. I don't think he's stuck in his ways too much. I think whatever you need to fix is fixable. I don't think it's too far gone like a guy like Carson Beck. But what do you think?
We talked a lot about O-lines this year, right?
Yeah, we have.
South Carolina players that came up ever. So you're right. Their line is a problem. That's not good. That's not good in the SEC, especially. That's where they're going to struggle a bit. I think Sellers carries into a couple wins. That's what he does. He did last year. He almost brought him to the playoffs last year. So
Yeah.
I expect him to have a huge year, man. This is a scary team.
It is a scary team, but I'm kind of scared for him. Like, this guy, they got Rodney Newsom there. Shout out WKU, bro. Obviously, we show love WKU. But you're from South Carolina. You can't get somebody. I mean, that'd be maybe a depth guy, but he's probably going to start. He's top one of the few guys here. Rashul Faiston from Utah State there, running back.
He's probably going to start.
Yeah. And then Aaron Nolan, obviously quarterback, is not going to start, coming from Ohio State. But, yeah, man, it's all about offensive line. It sucks because a lot of problems. Okay, say if we have some bad wide receivers or slow wide receivers. Okay, we'll be able to run the ball. Okay, we don't really have a lot of running backs. We're going to air this thing out. The consequences of that are manageable, and you can pivot and kind of have a counter to that. If you have a bad offensive line, that problem can get your quarterback hurt for the season.
Yeah.
If you have these consequences are grave if not having a bad offensive line. That's why it's so important. And I just think I'm not going to say he's going to get hurt, but there's a good question. He's wearing down there at the end of the season, man, just because he's going to have to make so many Superman plays, because we seen Cam Ward do it. He wasn't playing the SEC, but that's just my take. I think it's going to be a hard year for him, but I think they are still going to be solid. Obviously, we got them still having a good season. I think I didn't have them losing too many games because of the offensive line. I don't think that's really going to cost you until the postseason. Once we get to the playoffs. But we do have them losing to LSU, Clemson, and Oklahoma. Give me your thoughts on these transfers. Any other at the bottom that are going to show out, or is that pretty much it here at the top?
Yeah, Nolan's a developmental guy.
Yeah.
If Sellers leaves after this year, which he might, who knows?
Yeah. I would say
NC State's good though. Good cornerback from NC State.
Okay.
He's going to start here for sure. Excited to see him. A lot of the rest of the guys. Faison's going to start. Big year last year at Utah State. South Carolina's in a great run game recently. Rocket Sanders was decent.
Yeah. Good name.
Not great. So they need to have a better run game this year for the running back, so the quarterback has some pressure off of him.
I agree. Like you said, you got to just be balanced and be unpredictable.
Demon Clowney, you got to mention him.
Yeah, Damon Clowney. Yeah, J. Damon Clowney. Is that his little brother or nephew or cousin or something?
I don't know. He's related, though.
Yeah, related. He was playing at Louisville for a little bit, left, and then he's playing at Charlotte left. Yeah. So shout out to him and his film. He's a project guy. He's not. one of the best, but he's got the bloodlines there. So shout out to him. Next team we're going to get into is a very interesting team here. A team that obviously they had to go to Nick Saban, but now to turn it over for a new leaf, they announced they're going to start quarterback Ty Simpson there, the Rolling Tide of Alabama. 9-4 last year. We got them going 9-3. Give me your thoughts on him. I'm a little skeptical on this team, Dalton, and tell me why maybe I shouldn't be or why I should be, and who people should look out for here.
I actually think they're gonna be really good.
Okay.
You know me saying that's crazy.
Just boring and good, right? I mean, that's not a bad thing.
Their defenses, I'm telling you.
You said it. You're saying it the other day. You said the same thing. I'm glad you said it. I mean, O-line is good. O-line is good. Caden Proctor is one of my favorite tackles in the game. Parker Brailsford is a solid guy. They're college, top tier. Maybe a little bit of a project at the pro level, but yeah, I'm just skeptical on coaching, I guess, and the quarterback. Just haven't seen him play yet.
Yeah, it's up to him really on this team. He plays good, man. They might make the playoffs. I hope they don't, of course.
Me and you were talking about week 0. Our week 0 preview is going to be later tonight. We were talking like how many teams really have a lot of pressure on them because a lot of these teams have great skill guys, but they're getting a new quarterback this year. Or if they got a good quarterback, they brought in a lot through the portal, and we just don't know. It's a question. So there's not too many teams that are like, all right, we know what we have on both sides of the field. We know what we have at quarterback. So this should be the expected outcome. Is there any team right now that has an immense amount of pressure at all?
In SEC
specifically? Yeah, SEC specifically.
I don't think so, really, this year.
I know.
Arkansas?
Yeah, sure. A different kind of pressure.
Keep your job
no championship pressure.
Keep your job pressure.
I'm talking pressure like
pressure. I don't think Alabama even has that yet, right? It's only second year.
I can't believe they hired him, bro.
Me either.
DeVore he did have a good year at Washington. Give him his credit. I just think they should have. I don't know, man. Like you thought they could have got somebody else.
But we'll see if he proves us wrong. He might. I'm telling you, this defense, if they stay healthy, Overton's a dog. Deontay Lawson, one of the best backers.
Yeah.
Bray Hubbard, great. Damani Jackson, really good. And the receivers, how about that? I mean, the receivers are great.
Ryan Williams is getting a little. I mean, he did fall off kind of later in the season. Didn't have as good as a back half as he did the front half of the season. So I think
he's good too, though.
Yeah, he is. And then we'll see the transfers here. Anybody that are going to stand out, you think that is going to rack up a lot of yards or just make some big plays in general?
Yeah, Isaiah Horton going to be the third starting receiver on this team, and 6'4", 210, big guy.
God.
Yeah, opposite of the other two. So he's a big physical target. I think he'll have a good year. 600 yards last year, Miami playing with Cam Ward, but they had a lot of targets, And
right,
his favorite was Xavier.
Yep.
So I think he's gonna have a big year for them. As long as Ty Simpson plays well, of course.
Yes.
Who else is on here? It's Kelby Collins from Florida. Death guy here, I think, like he was at Florida, but I don't know. Nikhil Hill Green, the linebacker in Colorado, huge year last year.
Okay. Yes, he was good. I cannot believe he transferred, man. He was the anchor of that defense. Colorado, one of the best second half defenses of the whole nation last year. I mean, when you knew second half come if they were down, like, don't leave. Don't leave the game. Don't turn the channel because that defense was locked down in pretty much every second half of every game until they ran into a freight train of Devin Neal there in Kansas.
Oh, yeah.
God. I mean,
that game he had.
They could do nothing with him. And I don't know really what was the reason. They're obviously a bigger program, more probably opportunities off the field there going to Bama for Hill Green. So, yeah. I'm not too high on them, just in a sense of I think this is the best year we're going to see out of teams outside the SEC. But the SEC is still strong as ever. I think some people, there's just a lot of new faces. We're not used to seeing that. This many. That's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. And for them of these teams, Alabama, you just knew who was up next. You knew who was on deck. You knew it. And it was all pretty much paid off that lottery, every time. And whether it was a running back, whether it was a receiver, linebacker. But we'll see. I'm really excited to talk about Missouri Tigers, a team who I've criticized in the past there in their SEC presence, but I do respect who they got. I love their offensive line. Yeah. Love their offensive line last year. Shout out to Mimbu last year. A great prospect. Had a heck of a 40 time. Give me your thoughts on the Tigers off the 10-3 year. got them going 8-4. What are your thoughts as I pull it up and we'll tell the people who we got them losing to?
Ernie Cook being replaced. Big question mark, right? Good
Yep.
college career. A lot of 9-3 seasons at Missouri. That's all you can ask for, Missouri.
Hard to do.
Yeah, they've been quietly good 3 or 4 years. With
I
Brady
think
Cook.
I think with resources and just the stature of the program, I think they're equal to Kentucky, and they're consistently way better than Kentucky. But go on, sorry.
Eli Drinkwitz, though.
Yeah.
One of my least favorite coaches.
Yeah.
I guess to be honest, he's just a douchebag. But
for some reason, a lot of the other coaches like him.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
I watched some SEC Media Day videos, and they love him. I don't know why.
But this is the biggest transfer portal class, probably, right? Most impactful, at least in the conference.
Yeah.
New quarterback, new running back, a lot of new receivers.
Let's get into it.
Kevin Coleman, yeah, he'd be the number one. Ahmad Hardy, man. Know about him?
I do know about Ahmad Hardy, but a guy that I've been ranting and raving about here on this list is the safety, Jalen Catalon from UNLV.
Yeah.
A smoke show, just straight firecracker on the defense. You pull up Jalen Catalon film. Don't pull it if you're trying to go to sleep. Don't pull it up if it's too late. You're going to end up sweating. Don't pull it up. He plays old school football. He smacks people, and he makes me feel like I'm watching a 2005, highlight reel. So he really brings the lumber and lays the wood. I love it. I love the way he plays. I think he's going to skyrocket up draft boards. He's already high on mine, so I don't really have a full board, but just guys, a handful of guys. Two DBs that I just love are D'Angelo Pons, Jalen Catalon. If you're outside of Downs, all of you guys, you got throwing Caleb Downs. But outside of those three guys, I think it's it's pretty guys who have to prove it. Like you said, big transfer class here. Any other starters you're going to show that's going to be making some plays for the Tigers, earning their stripes?
Damon Wilson, I like him a lot for Georgia. He played a lot for Georgia. Had a couple sacks, man. Kevin Coleman, big year last year at Mississippi State.
Okay.
Former Louisville guy. Really fast. Like a guy. Expect big things from him. He's gonna have to be a number one receiver probably. Bo Pravula, starting quarterback, right?
Yeah. They haven't obviously officially named it, but yeah, I assume so. Yeah, I think he's going to be a starter for sure.
They might get Sam Horn might win the job, but he knows the offense.
With Nico not starting, man, I think all bets are off for what we're going to see and who's going to start week 1, right? I mean, that was not expected.
But Ahmad Hardy might be newcomer of the year in the SEC.
Ooh, love it. Love it. Love the take.
After replacing Schrader?
I agree. This count last year's team and this year's team. These are probably some of my favorite Missouri teams in a long time.
Love Cody Schrader, right?
Yes, I love him, and I love Catalon. I love their offensive line. I mean, it's just a solid group. How you can't not too much to hate on, especially when a team that is not out here spending a crazy amount of money and what some people would say cutting corners. People aren't going to Missouri for the amazing facilities. They just want to get on the field and play some SEC ball and, make some plays. So love that. All right. So we're getting into the nitty gritty. I did not bring up who we have them losing to. I had it pulled up right here. We have Missouri lose to before we move on to Ole Miss. We have Kansas, South Carolina, Alabama, and Oklahoma beating Missouri. So I think those are any of those games they could possibly steal Dalton out of the Kansas. Obviously, it's a rivalry game. Toss up usually. Kansas is a tough team. I think they have to have a strong start. That's why I think they win. They have to have.
They should beat them just because the new quarterback at Missouri and all that.
Yes, that's why I think so. Out of the rest of the ones, maybe South Carolina, Alabama, Oklahoma. Could they steal any of those three?
Well, maybe Oklahoma game.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe that. I was on the fence of that one, but
Oklahoma's going to be improved too.
They're going to be improved, and they're out of nowhere. They became a wild card because of all the recent stuff. It's like, where's their heads at? Is this going to trickle into the locker room? And what's Mateer up to? I think people had their questions anyway, just moving at the big program like Oklahoma. But we'll see. Let's get into the Lane Train here. Ole Miss Land Sharks, the Rebels. I looked up. I was like, do they still go by the Land Sharks? That just nobody that just fucking just kind of fell off to the wayside. They still own the Land Sharks trademark. They still have the logos. They just don't use them. So I think they have to I don't know. I just brought that up. But I was like, what happened to the Land Sharks? Because we've been using a lot of alternate logos. And it's been crazy. I can't believe they were going to really change their name to the Land Sharks. But
yeah,
8-4 record here, Dalton. Give me your thoughts on Ole Miss and Lane. I think it's going to be a tough year here.
Well, 8-4 is tough for lane, right? I guess, but still good for Ole Miss historically speaking. Good year.
Yeah.
Austin Simmons, you're not sold on him at all, huh?
No.
Lefty.
He's really, really young. I think he graduated high school like 16 or something. And this is the guy he's already graduated.
Smart, though,
yeah, he's already graduated. He's a sophomore. Like, that's cool, but he's just really young. I'm not saying he's not smart. Obviously, he's smart.
You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Josh Dobbs.
Josh Dobbs? Ooh, I like that.
It's both the way he plays and his, off the field smarts.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, he is. And Josh Dobbs is really smart, too. He was doing something for
Scientist.
NASA or something. Yeah, he was doing something for NASA. So a really smart guy, Austin Simmons. I'm just kind of curious of him just being a younger guy. And it's all about reps, man. It really is. It's all about reps. Caden Lee at wide receiver, Diego Pounds at offensive line, along with Jaden Williams on the offensive line, and then Daquan Wright at tight end. Centarian Perkins.
Really good.
Great name, and he's really good.
Really good.
These guys have to play well. They have to.
Yeah, that's the only returning starters they really have.
Yeah.
Especially on offense, they only had 4 returning starters. Receiver, 2 little linemen, tight end. So a lot of production they need from the portal. They always rely on the portal, though, Lane does.
Yes, they do. They do. Since it's came out, Lane has been avid. He has been in that thing, and he's pretty much reloading Coach Calipari style every year. And we'll see how it works out for him. Harrison Wallace III from Penn State at wide receiver. Luke Hans from Arkansas at tight end. Prince Will Umanlele or Umanlele.
Prince Will Umanlele.
Okay, that was great. That was a great pronunciation right there. That was great.
It's the guy that Umanlele's
Max.
brother, yeah.
Max, right?
No, he has a weird name too.
Yeah, he was in last year's draft.
Yeah, he went to Florida, Chester Ole Miss.
Yes.
So his brother Chester Ole Miss too. That's
yes.
Right. Prince Lee.
Prince Lee.
So yeah, shout out Prince Will. He's good, man. But Luke Haas, really good tight end. Might be one of the best in the country this year.
Luke Haas. Luke Haas.
Harrison Wallace was he was the best receiver at Penn State last year probably. Aller wasn't that great in my opinion.
Me either. I agree.
He didn't really spread the ball to his receivers. Taylor Ray, good year at West Virginia. Dejon Stribling, 900 yards on a terrible Oklahoma State team. He's probably going to be their number 1, really. So, a lot of receivers coming in, tight ends. Deshaun Womack, a big piece from LSU coming in.
Yes.
Good class, man. They're going to need them. They're going to need most of these guys to hit, too, though.
They have to hit, man, because, like you said, we've reiterated he's reloading every year. Not a lot of guys returning, but we do have them as solid season 8-4. It's just the beast of the SEC. You are going to play some dogs. Let's see those 4 teams we have them losing to. We have losing to LSU, Georgia, South Carolina, and Florida.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be a tough year for them. Out of the upsets, I do think they could upset Florida, but I think Florida's going to bring their lunch that day, and it's going to be more of a Jimmy versus Joe's situation. Because if you're able to beat Jackson Dart last year, of how good he is, you're probably going to be able to beat Austin Simmons with Florida, I think, being better than last year.
Yeah,
right?
We're better. They're probably not as good.
Right. I mean, I really think it's
that simple.
It's that simple, and I swear, this is the 8 wins they do get, they are going to be earned, and they are going to be hard wins. I promise you. And another team that's going to be earning another hard 8 wins, the 8-4 club here. Got room for here some more. We got Oklahoma Sooners off the 6-7 record last year. This is going to be another hard team. I mean, Venables is a guy who I'm very on the edge of. I don't know if he's on the hot seat or not on the hot seat. Couple good recruits coming in. Got Bo Bentley coming in at quarterback there next year. Got Deacon Schmidt on the offensive line. But they got some guys this year they're going to have to lean on. They got defensive end R. Mason Thomas. Some guys are high on him. Some guys are not. They got Grayson Holden, defensive line. Kip Lewis at linebacker. Joining him at linebackers, Kobe McKenzie. Then we got Robert Spears Jennings at safety along with Peyton Bowen. Then rounding out the returners here for the Oklahoma Sooners is Kendall Doby at defensive back, and then wide receiver Deion Burks, who's another guy I drafted in my Madden. So shout Deion Burks.
Yeah.
Shout to the Sooners. Give me your thoughts on the Sooners here, Dalton. What year do you think they're going to have? And I'll pull up what we think we have them
Pretty
losing
much
to.
a whole new offense, right? Outside of Burks, but he was hurt last year. The defense, you're waiting for Venables to get his hands on his team, right? Mold them. Their defense should be really good.
He wanted this is the improved year, I think, as far as class. And okay, you don't have any other guys. This is your guys you brought in. It's not really the same. That sentence isn't the same because the guys you brought in, it's a mixture between high school and portal. But these are your guys you brought in, man. What are you going to do? I think it's a big prove year for the Sooners, man. I really do. I'm skeptical.
Mason Thomas, I'm a fan.
I like him too.
He's a great pass rusher, I think. One of the best in the conference. Kip Lewis, really good linebacker. Good secondary. I expect his defense to really carry the team. I like Mateer, but just not sure how the team gels on offense. It's all new guys.
I agree. Not every team is going to be plug and play. It's going to work out. It's just not every team. Some of these teams, like I think Georgia's going to have a little bit harder of a time. I think Oklahoma's going to have a little bit harder of a time than some people think. As for those 4 losses we have for the Sooners, we have them losing to Texas, South Carolina, Alabama, and LSU. I think those are pretty much kind of chalky if you really want to get down to it. But I just think it's just other teams are better, man. I think quarterback play is everything. And here's some of the guys they're going to be leaned on to try to pull off some of those upsets, like we've mentioned here. John Mateer, Jaden Ott is a really fast guy. I got to give him his credit there, running back from Cal. He's a dog. But like we said, we don't know how it's going to gel. Marvin Jones, defensive end from Florida State.
He's good.
Kendall Daniels from Oklahoma State. Like you said, Oklahoma State.
Good linebacker.
They did have some good guys. They should have been way better. Anyone that watched any football last year, they had some guys. Why weren't they good?
Was terrible though. They couldn't block for Ollie Gordon at all, man.
Yeah.
Everybody blamed Ollie. Line. He got hit in the backfield a lot.
But I will give their defensive credit. They would always put their offense as a chance to win at every game, and they'd freaking blow it. They'd blow it.
They got blown out a couple of times though.
They did, but there was a lot of third quarters, the beginning of the third, coming out of the first half, where it's like, all right, man, we just need you to score, and we'll hold them, and then they just 3 and out. Then the field position battle, just shoot yourself in the foot, man. Any of these other guys you're looking at, like Derek Simmons, Western Carolina, another FCS call-up, Arkansas Pine Bluff guy here.
Johnny Gibson's supposed to be really good. I heard a lot of good things about him, man. So yeah, see if he can step up. Sategna, good solid piece from Arkansas, but John Mateer is gonna have as good a year last year. If he does, this team can be even better, right?
Yeah, I agree. And
he was great last year.
He was great. He was great. That's why he got the call from Oklahoma there, got the probably bigger bag. And, it's really much proven you got the big lights here, man. What you're going to do in the SEC. And just because I'm skeptical doesn't mean I wouldn't be surprised if he plays good. So we'll see. Got some other guys from FCS. We got Pittsburgh State. They just had some new jerseys announced. They looked really cool. Mercer guy here, Southern Illinois. Yeah. And that gives me a little, does it make me a little nervous? It does, because I love the FCS guys. But I think Venables, this is going to be more than likely his last year. One of the few coaching changes I think we're going to see.
You don't think 8-4 gets it done?
I don't know if it gets 8-4. I think it will get 4 if they stay healthy, but everything has to play good. They have to gel. They have to have a good nucleus. And the word gel, I think a lot of people put that on the players. It's on the coaches. It's up to your job to tailor your scheme around your players in order for them to work.
Yeah.
It's your job. You have to. It's you can't put a new floor in without having your measurements. You can go get the nicest floor. You still have to cut it and put it to where it needs to go and, do your part. He has to do his part. I just skeptical in the coaching. I think SEC comes down to coaching, man. Coach, especially if you don't get the best players, it merely comes down to coaching. So we'll see.
That's true. Yeah, right, man.
We'll see. I just have always been weirded out about the Oklahoma move to the SEC. All the other ones have kind of been able to live with and kind of adapt to, Texas and stuff. But with Oklahoma, it just doesn't feel right. It don't feel right, bro. They're Big 12 to me.
Texas wasn't going. They weren't going. That's a deal,
Oh, yeah. I definitely get the money part of it. So you wasn't going to take one without the other, especially with the rivalry. And you got to keep them together, and especially with them either going to be increasing conference games, which we'll see. But can't wait to get into the next one, because now these losses really matter. They're kind of these losses are less of chalky and less predictable. Let's go ahead and go with the Aggies of Texas A&M of is it agriculture and multimedia?
No, agriculture and medicine.
Agriculture and medicine.
Technology.
Either way, A&M. Marcel Reed's a guy who, he's a runner. He's a track star. But as far as a thrower, I think it remains to be seen. I think he's done some improving, and Hopefully he proves that. But the 7-5 record, Dalton, give me some shout outs here on some returners.
Yeah, Marcel Reed had good freshman year, man. Good year. He did better than Weigman when he replaced him. Let's say that.
Yes, he did.
Got
to give him his credit.
Coming back, 3 good running backs. This run game could be really good, man.
By committee, you think, right? I think they're going to use all 3.
Yeah, they're all 3 really good.
Okay.
So it's good to have depth, and even their number 4 running back, EJ Smith, Emmett Smith's son. Shout out.
Ooh.
He
Gator.
played good last year. So. Terry Bussey's gonna have to produce because they lost a lot of receivers in the portal. They lost Noah Thomas to Georgia.
Okay.
So and they lost somebody else, but Dalton Brooks, good safety, good defense, right?
Yeah.
6 guys up here, 7 guys. Scooby Williams, Florida transfer.
Scooby.
Torian York, one of the best linebackers in the country. Will Lee, good corner. Des Ricks, Alabama transfer, was a huge recruit. So see if he can step up this year. But 7-5 is tough for this team. But I like them. I like their team.
I like their team
too. Shout out to our line too.
Yeah, Trey Zune. Shout out.
Pasantes.
And yeah, Chase Pasantes is a really good guard, and he switched over to guard from tackle. And man, I really love him on an NFL prospect level. A lot of people hate on Trey Zune because of his arm length. I think you can, people like Will Campbell seems like he's doing pretty good. They were hating on his arm length. Let's bring up A&M here. The losses, fill these in.
Yeah.
Florida, LSU, South Carolina, Texas, and Missouri. So we got them losing to. Missouri's obviously could be more of a toss-up than we think if Marcel Reed's playing his part and playing good. Let's take a look at the transfers who's going to try to get them more wins than that. Long list here. KC Concepcion. He's a guy. I mean, he's going to make Marcel Reed's job a lot easier. A lot of people got him as a first-round wide receiver, which I do love. I love him. I love Concepcion. This receiver class isn't as deep, obviously, but it's some good guys to work with, in my opinion. But
yeah, a lot of small guys this year.
A lot of small guys.
Slot tight.
Not Tank Dell small, but small.
Yeah. Like Concepcion's 5'11", 190 or something.
Yeah, and then you have these other guys like a Julian Humphrey from Georgia or a Micah Hudson from Texas Tech at wide receiver.
I'm looking at Tyler Onyedem actually at D-tackle.
Okay.
Great pass rush upside.
From Iowa State?
Yeah, great pass rush upside for this guy. Played good last year at Iowa State. Jordan Shaw, a lot of people he's on a lot of NFL draft boards. Going to play nickelback for this team. You like that?
No, I love it. Just anytime I hear Nickelback, I just laugh, bro. Both band.
New position.
That's so funny, bro. No, I don't. I love the position. I think it's actually. I'm opposed to edge rusher. Obviously, I like defensive end, but I like nickel. No, that's cool.
I like Amari Black. Huge talent. Alabama guy, then Texas. Didn't really play a lot of Texas. Great freshman year at Bama though.
Yeah,
he's probably gonna start here. So let's see if he can produce it all. I'm excited to see him. Sarchi's a good depth piece there. They got really good DNs though, so he ain't gonna start.
It's one thing I love about A&M is their DNs and their linebackers. They're always usually pretty likable and they always play hard. So it's always just quarterback, man. It's with them. It's always the quarterback. Have they had a really really solid guy since Manziel? I mean, I mean, they haven't produced a guy. I mean, everybody loved Kellen Mond, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, I actually
was 4 years, so yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Another team we want to get into, though, I'm really excited, is Tennessee. Before we get in Tennessee, though, we have them obviously 7-5, spoiled there for the people. But before we get into the rest of the conference, I want to do a kind of overview, take a breaking for anybody that's joined in later. We have Texas going 1, LSU going 2. Georgia 3, then Florida. Then 5 through 8, we have South Carolina, Alabama, Missouri, Ole Miss, and then Oklahoma at 9, and then 10, who's Texas A&M, who you just saw. Give me your thoughts overall as we've kind of done a deeper dive. We've been working on this for some time, for a few days. Now we've kind of take a second look at it. Any other teams you think could possibly upset and be good, or do you think it's pretty much, think we got it good on the records?
I mean, if A&M could play better, they could have a better year, I think.
Yeah.
And maybe Auburn even.
Yes.
If Arnold plays well, they got a good team around them.
Yeah, man. But just with the stuff that came out today, I mean, supposedly Arnold's playing really bad. And that's what I've been scared of this whole year because I love Singleton. I mean, I love Eric Singleton, man. I love watching his film. If you don't like watching his film, it's fun to watch his film.
Yeah, you do like him.
I love him, man. And you had him on your top 5 list there, SEC wide receivers as well. I wish he kind of would have stayed at Georgia Tech, and they could be lock for the playoffs. I mean, they could be. If they had Eric Singleton this year, you talk about ruining the party. You talk about ruining Clemson's party. You talk about ruining it, bro. It's just straight pissing on it.
I mean, all right, it's a bold take, but I like it.
Bro, if Eric
Singleton was there last year.
I know.
Haynes King, Jarrell Haynes was all there last year.
They're a year better.
Rutherford was there.
They're a year better. SMU's not going to get bailed out by Brashard Smith anymore, you know. And Cam Ward's not going to get any late game heroics. ACC, it's wide open, bro. We know North Carolina's probably not going to be a factor. So we'll see how it happens. I just kind of wish he'd have stayed. But I do hope he does good now. And we'll see what Auburn can do. And so they can move up a couple slots, maybe crack the top 10 in the SEC. And who knows, man? Who knows? You never know what's going to happen, especially with injuries. You take injuries in there and just some newcomers. Nobody expected Lagway to take over when he did last year. And, you know, no one thought Lagway was going to come into this year with as many snaps and his experience as he does. So we're going to have some stuff that takes some wild turns as well. Let's get into the rest of it as we finish out the SEC, people. Obviously, we have our week 0 preview coming up after this later tonight. Stay tuned for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be great. I can't wait. Season's here, man. It's here. And Tennessee's pretty excited. They're looking at some new quarterback situations. And Nico's gone. He did not end up winning the starting job at UCLA. So they're looking to maybe they're happy he's gone. Who knows? Maybe they actually do better. Who knows? But Joshua Josephs is a guy they got returning at defensive end. They got Bryson Eason at defensive tackle. They got Arion Carter at linebacker. Jamal McCoy at corner. And Chris Brezel, wide receiver. Back half, anybody you like, Dalton?
Yeah, I like the running back duo should be nice. I think they can replace Dylan Sampson pretty well. Mike Matthews was a huge recruit last year.
Yeah.
Didn't make much noise. So they're going to need him to step up a lot. Because they don't have any returning receivers. Brazel's the only one besides him, really. Squirrel White transferred out. Big loss there. Kitzelman started last year, but he's not a great pass catcher right now. So
I agree.
Carter's really good. One of the best linebackers in the country.
Okay, I was about to say, the first half, Jamal McCoy, some people have been talking about him a lot. And then they're going to have some new faces, obviously, like all these programs do. Let's get into the new faces for them. Oh, that's not them. So Nico obviously is a guy they lost. I'm bringing up the transfers here. Give me your thoughts, because I mean, new quarterback. They got Angeli, correct?
Joey
Aguilar. My bad. I always get them mixed up. Give me your thoughts. I mean, playoffs is just not going to happen for this team. Obviously, I think that was a fluke last year, in my opinion. Would you agree or no?
Yeah, they carried a good defense and a run game to it.
I can't believe they beat y'all
overtime.
I can't believe it. I was rooting for y'all so hard in that game, man.
It's a tough one.
I know.
I don't think they beat us this year, though, for sure. That would be bad. But, Nico leaving, man, he kind of forced his way out, right?
Hell yeah. Yeah, he's crazy.
Well, his family is crazy. But.
Yeah, well, he wasn't showing up to spring ball and then was like, I'm trying to renegotiate and I want a lot more money. And they're just like, dude, like, come on. Like, you already paid you a lot of money to come here in the first place. You only played 1 year. We paid you to not play. We paid you to play. Like, I don't know. So I just don't think he's got the best team around him like a lot of these players do. Supposedly his dad's in his ear a whole lot. His brother transferred with him over there to UCLA too. So I think you'll add him to the list of the Cali kids who just really couldn't cut it outside of Cali once they got out of home and got away from those programs that are just kind of a bunch of yes men around them. But got the new list here of the guys, like including Joey Aguilar from UCLA. Like we said, they pretty much made the first college football transfer portal trade. I mean, it's first pretty much trade, but not a lot of other guys to talk about here on the transfer portal class. Them in Florida among the guys who took the least out of the transfer portal. Amari Jefferson from Alabama, wide receiver. Star Thomas from Duke at running back's going to get a couple blows. Hopefully, I mean, like you said, two.
I think they'll play all three of these guys.
Well, they're
early in the year at least.
Yeah, I mean, they have strong defense. You're going to have to keep your running backs fresh. You're going to have to keep your running backs fresh, especially with the quarterback play. I think they're going to be a primarily running team. And I just don't think it's going to be that much of an exciting year. They had to make a move on the fly, man. They didn't expect their quarterback to leave. So I don't honestly – me and Dalton love to give Tennessee a hard time, but I don't blame them this time around, man. I don't.
I don't like them.
No.
But they don't. That's fair.
Dalton's brother-in-law is a huge Tennessee fan,
Yeah.
and his whole family's a huge Tennessee fan. They're from Tennessee, right? Yeah, so huge Vols fan. Shout out, man. Shout out to Veach, offensive coordinator, going to have a big year. Your brother-in-law.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Holy Cross Cougars, and they're going to have a big year. So let's get into the next team, Dalton.
So.
A team that you said could probably make some waves. We've been talking about a lot this podcast, honestly. We talked about Auburn, man. Let's get into them. 6-6, we off the 5-7 record here. Cam Coleman, Malachi Simmons at wide receiver coming back. Then we got Damari Alston, Keldrick Falk at defensive end, Kayan Lee at corner, and Jay Crawford. So a lot of duos here coming back, and they don't have to really mix match any guys. Give me your thoughts, Dalton, on the Tigers before we get into the transfers here.
Keldrick Falk. Everybody loves this guy. Projected top 10 pick going into the year. They're going to need him to produce. He had 7 sacks last year, solid year. 285 though. He can play in line or on the outside. Really fast for his size. Expect him to have a big year. And then Cam Coleman, man, great freshman year he had. Even with bad QB play.
Yeah.
If he gets better QB play, sky's the limit for him. Jackson, it's about quarterback again for so many of these teams.
So many,
especially
man.
for Auburn, though. We got him winning one more game than last year.
Yeah.
Did you freeze on the hot seat then after this year?
I hate to say it, man.
Yeah.
I think the only reason he wasn't I think the only reason his seat isn't really crazy hot is because he had some medical issues off the field. And I think they're just kind of giving him some grace with that, which I do respect, honestly. But I just think they're kind of like, all right, let's give him maybe one more year to kind of see if he can do it. He used to be a heck of a recruiter, man. I mean, Hugh Freeze was one of the best recruiters we saw. And I think a lot of these guys that's been around for so long, they either adapted and they've always got recruits and they still get them to this day, or some guys who just, for some reason, just don't get the same guys, especially as a lot of this NIL stuff. It's just pretty much what makes a good coach pre-NIL does not make a good coach now in NIL. You know, you just kind of have to take a more CEO approach to it, as well as develop players. So it's crazy. I'm bringing up the losses as we have for Auburn here. We have them losing to Baylor, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Georgia, Missouri, and Alabama. Then we got them losing the Iron Bowl, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Kick 6. Maybe they can do another kick 6 because that's probably one of my favorite plays, college football history. Probably my favorite play.
It's up there.
Yeah, it is.
It's got to be, man.
What's your favorite play, college football? I mean, obviously we're going off the top here. I mean, single play, you can go drive or something, but that's up there, man. That kick 6, bro. Especially because it was a penalty before that, right? Like it weren't supposed to be.
He called timeout. He ran out of bounds.
He ran out of bounds. They reviewed it for so long to see if there was any time on the left, and there was 1 second left because they already were talking, or they were already like the game was over, and they said no,
overtime.
We're putting 1 second on the clock. Yeah, it was supposed to go overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. That's Saban's worst move as a coach.
Yeah, that's the first time which I saw a video of that. As you know, it's football season. We're going to see, you'll see that play forever, as you should. But I watched the clip not too long ago, and Saban had his first look on his face like I got beat, and there's nobody yell at this one. That just happened, and maybe that was on me. First time.
I mean, they were going to let it go to overtime.
Yeah, first time I ever saw Saban have a look like, all right, that was on me. So
he's the one that put the time back on the clock. Yeah,
Yeah.
I get it. Give your kicker a shot. What's the odds of that happening?
Because that game they already missed a couple of kicks in that game. They had bad kicking issues that year.
Yeah,
they were using 2 kickers that year.
Yeah, short and a long one.
Yeah, short and a long.
I understood if you make the long ones, you can't make the short ones.
Yeah, and you're at Alabama. I understand a G5 doing a short and a long guy. Sure, cool. You have a hard time filling out your scholarships anyway back then. But Alabama, you should get a straight boot kicker every time, straight melon farmer.
They had Evan Pinheiro, but then he flipped to Florida.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was good. Yeah, kicker. Florida's had a lot of good kickers.
Oh yeah, Sturgis,
the other guy,
McPherson.
Yes.
Yeah, we got one right now. Trace Mack is great.
And we unfortunately didn't put any kickers on here. We didn't.
Kicker name too, Trace Mack.
I would have loved to throw a couple of kickers on here. It's just the list of transfers gets so long because a lot of these guys did get new kickers. Let's get into the list of Auburn here, man. Some guys they're going to be leaning on. Obviously, Eric Singleton, who we've reiterated. I think he's one of my favorite. He is one of my favorite receivers in the draft. I think he's one of the best. Xavier Chaplin, one of the best offensive line, coming from Virginia Tech. We talked about him. Me and Dalton did. He was mentioned on our offensive line podcast there with the Draft Professor. So a guy to look at there on the next level. We got Horatio Fields from Wake Forest, wide receiver. Mason Murphy from USC on the offensive line. And then we have, who's that, Strader? Rayon Strader from Miami of Ohio. My eyes are horrible. And then Jackson Arnold, the guy everyone's been talking about. What's he going to do at Auburn? I'm very skeptical, especially literally. It just came out today that they're thinking about using their third-string quarterback, giving him some reps in the first game to see what they got, which has me very worried.
Yeah, as you should. Imagine Auburn fans are even.
God, oh my God! Imagine if Paul Feinbaum had his show back then and right now. What would they be saying if it was like that?
Man, they haven't been good for
long time. Long time, man. Bo Nix was good when he left there.
Yeah, he only had 1 year there though, right?
One or two, yeah. And then left to Auburn.
Yeah,
or he left to Oregon.
They got a good class, man.
Yeah, Singleton, man. I mean, that's a big get.
Yeah,
that gives you hope.
Yeah.
That gives you hope.
And Fields is good too. Rayon Strader is good. Caleb Wheatland's pretty solid linebacker there. Preston Howard might have a better year here. I like the class overall, but it's just SEC grind. Some teams got to lose games.
Some teams got to lose games, like we said, and those games that we got them losing, it's just really like none of them are like.
I mean, they can be Baylor.
They're not hot takes, but
I don't think so. Sawyer Robertson's gonna.
Who does Baylor play week 1? They play them week 1. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're gonna go.
I'm hammering Baylor.
I think it's week 1, right?
Yes.
Friday night.
Yes.
Game or Thursday or Friday.
Yes.
It's a weekday game.
And they're talking about using 3 quarterbacks in that game. They're getting blasted.
Well, Baylor's gonna score at least 28.
I'm putting units on Baylor.
All right.
Yeah. I'm betting on Baylor. I'm betting on Baylor. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's all going to come down to quarterback play. If I go to Jackson Arnold, I go, hey, can you throw it 15 yards? If you can throw it 15 yards to this guy Singleton, let him do the rest. That's all we need you to do, buddy. 15 yards there, 15 yards there, and a little bit of screens here and there. That's all we need you to do. We don't need you to be a hero. Yeah, we don't need you to be a hero. As much as I like Riley Leonard last year, he did struggle at times through the season with passing. He had to lean on, he had to hand it off to Love. Just hand it off to Love at times. Let him do his thing, and he's going to open up some play action for you. And we got some good receivers.
Yeah,
I think that's the recipe for success. But we'll see what Jackson Arnold can do. The team that has got a quarterback that's pretty mobile that we like here is Taylor Green. Just the team around him is maybe a little in question. And like you said, another perfect example of just the gauntlet of the SEC here. 6 losses we have them having to Ole Miss, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, LSU, and Texas, and then Missouri. These are all in order too, by the way. But yeah, I think that Missouri at the last one, that's going to be their last loss. Missouri is going to be they're going to be hungry. They're going to be hungry for that Arkansas game. Anybody here that's going to be returning for the Pigs that you like?
Quarterback's electric, man. Just makes a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, he's fast.
It's fun to watch. You see flashes, man, and he's like, man, this guy's so good.
Yeah.
Kind of similar to Aiden Childs.
Yes.
But I don't love the roster, man. Sam Pittman hasn't put a great roster together yet.
No, and then they have
year 3 or 4.
Well, they got Petrino on staff, man, and anytime you have him, I'm just really skeptical. Unfortunately, me and just the brand of the Petrino ball. Us being living in Louisville, we've got to see it, and I'm just skeptical, man. He's with him controlling the most important room in the whole building is the quarterback room. Him having probably the biggest say in there just gives me a little worried. They're going to have to lean on some transfers. Any of these transfers you like at all? And here in the SEC trying to make some noise?
Yeah, Omega Blake, man.
Great name.
Good player. All or nothing receiver last year, like 25 yards a catch, but electric.
Okay.
And Jaden Platt didn't play much A&M. Justice Boone didn't play at all for Florida. So it looks like they got a lot of, prove it guys. A
lot of guys that prove it, man.
Not much production yet.
And when you're an SEC program, you would think you're going to get some guys with production, but there's only so many guys in the portal that have production, that have already good stats. There's only so many of those guys, and Arkansas is going to be a little bit further down on that list of getting those guys than maybe they should be, or maybe than you think. But Philip Lee, like from Troy, defensive end. Courtney Crutchfield from Missouri, SEC guy. Like I said, just not a lot of production. Marcus Doomerville, shout out Elvis Doomerville, offensive lineman there. He's coming from Maryland. David Oakey from Abilene Christian, another FCS call-up there. And then Shakir Smalls from Maine,
nice.
another FCS guy. So shout out to Maine and all the other FCS guys. Trying to get their name, man. Trying to get on the field. Another team that's gonna in a quarterback battle that maybe we didn't think there was that much of a quarterback battle, but there is Kentucky Wildcats. They got Zach Calzada. They're going to be battling with Cutter Boley there. Zach Calzada is obviously the transfer from Incarnate Word, same college that's produced a lot of guys, and recently is Cam Ward, and he was obviously at Auburn and Texas A&M before that, right?
Yep.
And he beat Saban 2021. So pretty much only accolade and really good win he has.
Game, yeah.
So you know it is something to build on, obviously. But let's take a look at that returners before we get into the list that he's on, which is the transfers. They got Jordan Lovett there at safety, Ty Bryant at safety, cornerback J.Q. Hardaway, great name. Jamarion Wilcox there at running back, and Jamori Macklin. And Josiah Hayes at defensive tackle. Mark Stoops coming off the 4-8 record. We got them running it back with a 4-8.
Yeah.
Mark Stoops has kind of lost his fastball just of being that SEC wild card. You always just have to come up to Lexington and play hard for. Seems like they've been pretty predictable these last couple seasons. I mean, quarterback play has been very hard to – good quarterback play has been hard to find. You can argue Will Levis was good, but I can argue and say he's not, and he's not. So
No.
they just haven't had some good quarterback play. Obviously, they have a good quarterback coming in, Matt Ponatoski, who we've seen throw. He's coming in next year. He's probably going to be on the field pretty early for them. But, man, they got some guys they're going to have to lean on this year coming in from the portal class. Before we get into the portal class, give me your thoughts, Dalton. Not crazy amounts to talk about the Wildcats, man. Just, victim of the SEC. And some coaching changes as well. Lost their head recruiter, Vince Marrow. Goes to rival Louisville. Give me your thoughts on the Wildcats here in Lexington.
I don't love this team.
Me either.
I get to watch Florida play this year at Kroger Field, though, so that should be fun. I've seen the field storm twice. No way it happens this year, right?
God, they had y'all's number, man, a few years.
Yeah, no kidding.
Let's give them their credit.
We beat them last year, though. So.
Yeah, they had y'all 3 in a row, though, which is crazy to see because the first win of that 3 in a row, right? That was the first win in a long time.
31 years or something.
Yeah. So but that's last time y'all beat them twice, right? Or one? Last year. That broke the streak. Okay.
It might have been 3 out of 4, maybe, but I don't think it was 3.
For a couple years, the only good win UK had was Florida every year.
Yeah, no, that sucked. But we're back. I think we're back. And Kentucky's, man, they're no quarterback. I don't think Calzada's not it. I don't think Cutter Boley's really just a pocket guy.
Yeah,
hard
local
to win
guy
with nowadays. Then you got a lot of these transfers to hit. J.Q. Hardaway's the best player, though. I'll say that he's gonna get drafted.
Okay.
They've been putting a lot of corners in the league, low key though.
Yes, they have.
Maxwell
Harrison, very
first
fast.
round
Yeah, very fast guy.
this year. I'm gonna play a lot for the Bills, so they had a lot of good corners come out lately.
Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, they just can't put it together on the field for some reason. I think just Stoops. I think it's more of a coaching thing, unfortunately. But yeah, they got some guys here. Alex Worcester from Bowling Green, offensive line. True Edwards, Louisiana Tech, wide receiver is now a Wildcat. Kendrick Law from Alabama, wide receiver. They're going to be leaning on him. Dante Dowdell from Nebraska. They're at running back. They're going to be in the backfield. And then Joshua Braun from Arkansas, offensive line, another guy to look out for. And then Sam Green from USC, a defensive end. All these other guys, man, a lot of these little schools, New Mexico State, Seth McGovern, and Zach Calzada, and Incarnate Word, obviously, that's going to be their signal caller more than likely. But we'll see. They haven't announced it yet. We'll see what the Kentucky Wildcats do. And we're going to move on to the team in Nashville there, Music City. Vandy.
Yeah. The Commodores.
What do you think about them?
I don't like them because I don't like Diego, man. He's
been talking a lot this offseason, I will say. But he beat Bama. He didn't even. Bama. But it's not Bama. That's not a Bama win. Nick Saban's Bama.
You beat walking back to the door, though.
You beat post Saban. They got to put a patch on their jersey, or they got to change something up to let the people know this is not Bama. This is not Bama, man. Like, and that's I think that rubbed me the wrong way. If you did beat Bama, I mean, a lot of guys have made their career off beating Bama. Shout out Manziel, he was good outside of that, but we know him from the Bama game. We know Chad Kelly from the Bama game.
Yeah.
You know, we know those guys from playing good against Alabama. That is it. So it's just not the same Alabama. So they got Eli Stowers there at tight end. He's good. Junior Sherrill at wide receiver. Cedric Alexander's coming back as well, running back. Martell Height, corner. Langston Patterson at linebacker. And then Miles Capers, defensive end. Shout Don Capers, who helped the Green Bay Packers win a Super Bowl. But yeah, man, SEC, bro. This is
good offense though. Actually, I like all the returners here. Alexander's good back. Sarrell's nice receiver. Stowers might be
yeah,
best side in the country. So
ooh,
yeah,
really
up there with Max Clare
and Delp and Claire. Okay,
I'm willing to say that.
Okay. I'm not too
year.
surprised.
He's raw too. He was a former quarterback.
Really, I love that. I love a good switch.
I knew you'd like that.
I think Anthony Richardson should switch. Your boy. I seen that Steelers might be trying to get him.
Ooh.
What do you think about that?
He needs to go to the Rams.
It's the only two teams.
That's where I want him.
The only few teams that make sense, any sense at all.
The Rams maybe.
There's only
maybe at least be decent.
There's only a few teams that play on 100-yard field, not an arena. What if he just went arena, bro? If I had all that money, I swear, if I had all that money in AR, throw me in UFL right now. I'm breaking every single freaking record by a mile, and I'm going crazy. Pay me,
go crazy.
Just make it to where I'm in the green for the year. Make it to where everything's free. I don't have to come out of pocket for anything. Pay me when I'll be okay. 1 year UFL. If I was him, I would do it. Somebody's got to do it, man.
That'd be fire.
It was just announced that our hometown more than likely going to get a UFL team here in Louisville, Kentucky. So overnight, hey, I might be supporting UFL because somebody's got to be the. That's what happened back then. Bo Jackson went and played in the was USFL?
Yeah.
Bo Jackson went and played USFL.
We had a couple good players.
Warren Moon didn't come.
CFL though.
Yeah, and then he played for USFL as well, I think. But yeah, he did play CFL first. A few guys, man, who they don't traditionally go straight to the NFL. There just hasn't been that option for so long. And I think people forget, which I understand. But let's get into the transfer list here. For Vandy, man. Jordan White from Liberty, offensive line, they're going to lean on a lot. Keanu Coate from Alabama, defensive end. Jalen Stone from Illinois State, shout out. FCS, defensive line. Trey Richardson from Washburn, I think that's D2, I believe. And then Bryce Henderson from South Dakota, another FCS guy. Sterling Porcher from Texas Tech. Jordan Matthews, corner from Tennessee. But man, this list is not a lot of guys that are popping out. The roster is just nothing too crazy to write home about. Unfortunately, that's why we have them. I don't know. I could see them having a 5-7. Okay, they'll get 5 wins. They're not going to have. They're not be 4-8, right? I mean, is 4-8 a possibility?
I mean, they could.
They could, right?
But they're not that bad.
I think they deserve.
Not as bad as they used to be.
They deserve a 4-8 off of 7-6, man.
Bad,
all that talking off of 7-6 just isn't right to me. I don't like it. You can't talk that much off 7-6, man.
Oh, for sure.
But in that same breath, we have to say the same thing because didn't Georgia Tech get rings for like 8-4 last year or something?
They lost it in the bowl too.
Yeah, and they got rings.
So
they got rings made.
Vandy beat them. They're not as bad as they used to be. It's just they're not as good as the other teams.
No. They're not. And before we get into these I think the last team here, Dalton.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on Auburn claiming these national championships?
It's lame.
It's really lame.
Florida got 3 titles, bro. That's it. We don't claim it no more.
No, even like the claiming them, like at first, I'm like, yeah, obviously that's lame. But if you're just gonna claim them and joke about it around the table with your boys and say, yeah, we won that, all right. That's fun to talk about. But did you see what they did to the stadium?
They added them on there.
Yeah. You see it?
No.
Oh, yeah, they added them.
They had 1910 on there. I know, they added that. Like, really?
No, they added all of them, bro. All the ones we're talking about, they added them to the stadium with all their real one championship. And that's what I'm like, all right. We got it still. It's like the ring for Georgia Tech, bro. We got to chill. I don't get the claiming. I don't get it, man. Maybe that's the big. It shows you how flawed the system was before. Like, why wouldn't we always just have a playoff?
I'll give them the 04 one.
Yeah, because that was
I
USC.
remember that year. They didn't get to play them though.
I know.
They finished undefeated too, so I get that. That's what the BCS problem was. If there was more than two undefeated teams,
Well, there was one where USC got vacated, and the team that they played in the national championship they beat.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I was saying Auburn still undefeated that year. They used to get to play USC.
Yeah. I agree. No, I agree, bro. I agree, but I agree that the system was flawed, but you can't go ahead and say you were going to win. You know, you can't go ahead and say something. I don't know. I hate it. Then who UCF claimed that natty. Remember?
Undefeated this year.
Yeah. Crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I assume that's how you felt about it. It's just, I don't know, man. Putting the signage up on the stadium and stuff like that's crazy to me. It's crazy.
I don't like it, man.
Nah. So maybe their season's cursed after all. You're going into Baylor week 1 thinking about using 3. You're not even confident in your quarterback, but you're worried about claiming 9 natties. A week, 12 days before 11 days before the season starts. Do that in February. If you're going to claim some natties, do that in February. Maybe do that to help your transfer portal class when the window's open. I mean, why do it now when the season's about to kick off?
Yeah, weird timing too. Yeah, you're right. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
It's weird. Another team that's not going to make too much sense, we don't think, is Mississippi State. Mississippi State, man, it's Starkville. It's going to be a long year for them, unfortunately. 2-10 last year, 3-9 this year. If you want to call that an improvement, hey, improvement there. Isaac Smith is a safety. Zachary Tillman's a linebacker coming back for him. Jordan Mosley at wide receiver. And then Seydou Traore, great name. Then Devon Booth and Blake Shapen at quarterback. I don't know, man. Give me your thoughts here.
They're really behind the 8 ball, man. Good running back coming back. I like Devon Booth. Shapen was solid last year before he got hurt. He wasn't the reason they were losing games. He might be able to have a good year. So I just don't see him surprising any teams, though, man. Upsetting them. Their defense is not good enough.
Let's bring up their losses here. Obviously, it's a long list, but we have them losing to Arizona State starting off the season. This is in order: Tennessee, Texas A&M, Florida, Texas, Arkansas, Georgia, Missouri, and Ole Miss. We have them losing to. I'm trying to look at this list to see maybe if there's an upset in here. I mean, Arkansas is the only possible one, right? I mean, Arkansas is the only one that's really kind of tangible for them, I think. And we'll see if they can pull it off. I miss the Dan Mullen days, man. I really do.
Man, as SEC fan, it's fine to have one more bad team.
Yeah. I agree. I know. I'd like Dan Mullen, man.
I need every team to be good. Like, guess a bye week. A semi-bye week.
I agree. Somebody's got to be bad, bros. These bottom 4, somebody's got to have these records, and somebody's got to have them. It's got to happen. Beast of the SEC. If they're going to see something that changes, a lot of people think that conferences are just pretty much going to go away entirely, and they'll just have a big pool of teams to choose from. I don't know how travel will work with that and stuff. Like, I don't know. We'll see. The NCAA have a fun way to maneuver that one, how they always do. But pretty much wrapping it here for all of our team previews, Dalton. In-depth, every single one, like we've done with every single conference. And this is obviously the last one that we've done, man. I mean, it's been a ride for the offseason. Sometimes it's been an uphill climb, but these past few days it's been really cool because we've been ending with these bigger conference here and some guys. And the pads are going to get the popping here Saturday, and we'll be reviewing week 1 in a couple hours here for all of our listeners, if anyone wants to tune in. And if you want to tweet at us and give us your predictions or anything for week 0, go ahead and add us there on Twitter, on X, on Facebook, anything. We'll see it. And we'll be sure to put that in the show. But before we wrap up the SEC, the gauntlet that is, your Gators, man, and just the whole SEC, want to hear your thoughts more than anyone's here right now about the SEC.
The top is really good, but you just don't know who's the best one of the bunch.
Yeah, quarterbacks.
We're going to find out early. Florida LSU early. A lot of good conference games early now. So you found a lot about these teams early, man. If we go 10-2, we might make the playoff.
You could.
Schedule.
You could go 10-2, man. It is a tough schedule, but I do think your hard games really come at opportune times. I think that you are catching guys off of easy games and not every team responds to the bye week well. Some teams, me and you played. We know you lose. A bye week is a game. We treated that like a game, and our coaches let us know if we won or lost a bye week.
Yeah.
That was a game. Bye week's a game, and you either win or lose that week, and that's the answer's kept internally and only they know. But you do lose or win that week, and you can get better, man. You can get worse. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see a lot.
Yeah.
All of these conferences, I will say, we've been able to pick out a couple teams. Like, okay, that team could get those upsets. They could definitely move up a couple of games on this one. It's really harder to pick out these ones. It's really hard to pick out another couple of these teams getting additional wins than what we already have picked.
Definitely.
It's hard. It's hard.
It takes some upsets.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. That's why I think that some people hate it, some people love it with the density of the conference. But we just want to see some football, man. We don't care.
Yeah.
We don't care.
So close.
We don't care. So everyone, that pretty much wraps it up here for our SEC preview. Really excited for everyone that's tuned in all off season. Friday, which is tomorrow, we're going to be in Cincinnati, Ohio, Winton Woods High School.
Tomorrow's Thursday.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, days are crazy, bro.
Tomorrow he's watching his nephew play football.
My nephew plays football tomorrow, but Friday, go ahead and talk about it. We will be in Cincinnati playing Winton Woods. I cannot believe it, man. They have an Alabama commit. There's a West Virginia commit, NIU commit out here, Miami of Ohio commit.
Yeah.
Our guy, Bryshon Brown, is the Northern Illinois commit. He is a quarterback and the signal caller there. And what a quarterback he is. We saw him in Elite 11. He's all of 6'5". He's really fun to be around. And he's really talented, man. That's most important. He's really talented, and we're really excited to see him. We might go live during that game just a little bit to kind of give people a look of the game, but we're going to have highlights, and we're going to try to get some post-game interviews as well with our guys at Winton Woods. Shout out Coach Chad Murphy for having us.
Yeah, for sure.
And we're really excited for it. Before we end out, Dalton, of the SEC, give me your thoughts here, man, before we end it out.
Straight football, man. Wait's almost over.
It's here. On that note, everyone, like I said, really excited for anyone that's tuned in. We really appreciate it. We're got Bryshon Brown's Elite 11 highlights if you want to take a look here as we end out the show, and we'll end it right there. You all have a good one. We'll see you in a couple hours for Week 0 preview at 8 o'clock. See ya, people.